Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today, as we are coming to the end of January, I want to talk a little bit about hygge on my channel, which I know I've talked about before. And it looks like it would be spelled hygge, or at least that's how I used to pronounce it, but I realized I was pronouncing it wrong, and it's actually pronounced hygge. It's a Danish practice of finding coziness and comfort in daily rituals and routine, and just the simple things. And I find this to be the best practice during the winter for me because I tend to get a little down or depressed. I'm just not as inspired. And overall, my body's just not functioning its best during this time of the year. In the little book of hygge, The Danish Way to Live Well, there are 10 principles to hygge. Atmosphere, presence, pleasure, gratitude, harmony, comfort are a few of them. These principles can certainly be practiced all year round, but I find that I lean into them the most in the winter when we're stuck inside. We're mostly a homebody family. I mean, we do get out and socialize and we have our friends and our extracurricular activities, but we love our time at home. For years, I was intimidated by making sourdough bread and just would never commit to learning. Last year I did, and I'm so happy that I did because I love it. The tactile nature of it, like having the kids get involved, and I love the smell of sourdough, baking, and also the taste of it. So baking is a huge comfort this time of the year, and next would be reading. During the COVID lockdown is when I learned that I could read through an entire book in one day. And up to that point, I had never done that. And so it broke a mental barrier for me because I had always told myself, I read a little bit here and there and I finish a book over time. After I broke that mental barrier, I realized that I could replace some other habits with reading, which was a much better habit. I am one of those people that once I get locked into something, I can really focus, but sometimes I have a hard time getting locked in initially. So breaking that barrier and realizing even if I can't finish a book in one day, I can come back and finish a chapter here and there and finish it in 2 days. I realized I was a much faster reader than I thought. So that became a really comforting habit for me to create in my life. So there was a few books that I wanted to read that I never got a chance to read. And also, I'm reading a lot of books like The Giver or Number the Stars, some books that I'd like my kids to read for their curriculum. So I'm reading through those ahead of time. My niece was reading The Outsiders for her 8th grade English class, so I decided to read that one as well. And then I watched the movie so I can chat with her about it. I love Alice Waters. I've read a few of her books, so I recently read this one. Anything C.S. Lewis, I love. And so I've been reading a lot lately, and these are a few that I've read and really enjoyed. And then also, I have been trying to get back onto my practicing routine. For the majority of my life, my main instrument was my voice. And even in college, it was my voice, vocal performance. I played piano a little bit, here and there, but basically just simple chords to help me learn songs. And over the years, my interest in learning piano has grown. I love jazz and blues. I find myself listening to jazz piano players when I am scrolling on my phone and wishing I had that skill set and wanting to figure out like where I can pick up from where I left off in college in terms of the piano classes that I was taking. So I found a great book for jazz chords, scales, modes, progressions, and comping skills. And so I'm going to start small with that because I would like to build that skill set. When I was in a band, I mostly just vocals and percussion, very simple chords on the keyboard. But in the winter especially, I can lean into that a little bit more. And I'm going to try to get my routine consistent now that we're a little bit more settled. The other thing in the winter that I love that's cozy is this little tea station and coffee station, which I know I've talked about on my channel. We have the Berkey, which is the water filter. I have this electric tea kettle. And then I got this little wood tea container that was from Costco. I think it was like $6. And I keep all of my favorite little teas in there. It's nice to have a little station where halfway through the day, it's like, does anybody want some hot tea? Does anybody want a latte? And even when guests come over, it's just a great little spot to kind of enjoy time together. This time of the year, drinking the warm beverages and having, those hot tea and lattes and everything that you can make yourself is just so much fun. So I know I've talked about this before, but this is a favorite cozy comfort of mine during the winter. And then when spring and summer comes, we'll make some really fun like iced tea and boba. I'm gonna explore some of that because my kids love boba, but it's expensive. So we'll lean into making some fun drinks in the spring and the summer. I get asked about this setup a lot. My husband actually built this, and I'm going to put some more plants on the shelf, but we have all of the coffee and tea goodies, and we have the little refrigerator, which is where we keep our sparkling waters, basically anything that we could offer to guests when they visit. So my next favorite thing in the winter months to lean into comfort and cozy is a heated blanket. And I have one for all of us. I bring them out during the winter months. And on those days where it's just cold and I cannot get warm, I love my heated blanket. My cat loves it too. Now keep in mind, I don't do all of these things every single day, but I try to incorporate a little bit of them throughout my time in the winter months. And so I just compile all of these ideas in one video. But if I can just sit and read with my heated blanket and a cup of hot tea and with my cat, that is probably one of my favorite things to do ever. And so I love to do it in the winter, especially because it's cold. And I have those days where I have a hard time getting warm or my body just feels a little bit more achy. And my kitty, she is all about it. If it were up to her, I would be relaxing all day, every day. So she's just such a sweetheart, and I love her so much. And sometimes I'll just sit with her and just kind of listen to her purr, and it's so relaxing. Also, if I'm feeling a little achy, like I said, I will take a magnesium bath. I love the Dr. Teals pure Epsom salt stress relief bath. It has like ginseng. Oh, it smells so good. I just got it from Walmart. You put like 1 or 2 cups in the bath, soak in a nice hot bath. Favorite. It gets really hot in the summer, so I don't take as many baths. I'll do probably the cold plunging when it comes to the summer months, but I love a hot bath with the magnesium. Soaking in the magnesium makes a huge difference. And then I finally am starting to pull out all of my crafting stuff again and getting inspired to get back into knitting and sewing. These are all of my favorite hobbies in the winter or when you're just kind of spending a lot of time at home and trying to figure out how to spend your free time in a productive, cozy, comfortable way. And a lot of times I'll knit while the kids are watching some of their history documentaries that we've been going through. Just to have something to do with my hands, but I love it. I want to learn some more when it comes to knitting, but I just pulled everything back out and I'm getting started again. So I think we can all learn from the Danish practice of hygge and find the comfort and the coziness in the simple moments of life, these beautiful little hobbies that bring joy to our day, especially during those winter months when we might be stuck inside a little bit more. And so I wanted to share this with you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below some of your favorite hobbies, some of the things that you enjoy doing in the winter months. And if you like my channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you get notified when I post new videos. And I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye.